It's a brief history of HHN.
Part 18, Reflections of Fear.
2008, Iron Man, The Simpsons Ride, and Reflections of Fear. For this year at HHN, we would step into the mirror dimension. No, not that one. Marvel said no, remember? Anyways, yes, we would step into the realm of the mirror and face off with one of the strangest HHN icons to date, Dr. Mary Agana, aka Bloody Mary. Now, Miss Mary is quite contrary in the fact that she is both an original IP and a licensed one at the same time, as her design was created by makeup artist Bobby Wiener. Too easy. Low-hanging fruit, plus she seems nice. But Mary's backstory was created and expanded upon by two guys that I would be remiss to never bring up during this series. J. Michael Roddy and Mike Aiello. Mr. Roddy was the head creative of HHN from year 6 all the way to Islands of Fear, though we would come back briefly for this year and the next. He's also responsible for creating all your favorite original HHN icons. Whereas Mike started taking control around 2003 and to this day is the senior creative director of Universal Orlando. And both of these guys just started out as scare actors in the houses. Dreams can come true, kids. Anyways, yeah, Mary was a psychiatrist that was studying her patients' fears, and then she had like an evil alter ego in a dark dimension, and she killed all her patients, and all the houses and areas this year are based on her patients' fears. This year also introduced us to the Legendary Collective, an SCP X-Files type group led by one Schuster. Okay, so remember how I said the director was my favorite icon? Yeah, well, he's my favorite icon. My favorite HHN character is Boris Schuster. Is it mostly because he's a noir detective and that's my shit? Yes, but you know what? Whatever. You're not here to judge me. We're here to look at the map, so let's look at the damn map. The main entrance to the park became Dark Reflections, which featured... Oh! Wow, I hate that! Get that away from... Front of the park became Path of the Wicked, which, since that's where the Wicked experience is now, yeah, no, the irony, it doesn't fall on me. Yeah. Hollywood became the Asylum in Wonderland, and Tim Burton took some notes. Shrek Alley became American Gothic with the return of Lizzie Borden. Weird she was here before. And Mills Drive-In became the schoolhouse, where a bunch of evil kids kind of just act like regular middle schoolers, to be honest. Central Park, right next to it, became the Harvest. It was a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns that get blown out every now and then. It's, yeah, real riveting stuff. Kids Zone area became Fractured Tales, which featured a bunch of scary fairy tales. You know, this was very much the public domain horror year. Well, better they did it then instead of now. This was also home to another Scary Tales sequel, Once Upon a Nightmare. And the streets of New York became the Streets of Blood, with Jack the Ripper and the Body Collectors, connecting directly to the Stage 20 house, Body Collectors Collections of the Past. Stage 20 also housed Interstellar Terror, which was aliens and stuff. In a similar light, next door in Soundstage 22, we had Creatures, where a bunch of aliens invade the American South and find out real fast about shotguns. Earthquake, now Disaster, housed Doomsday, which was based on a movie about zombies that you definitely remember. Outside the house, you could face the gangs from the movie that had chainsaws because it's a day that ends in Y. Jaws held the Icon House, Reflections of Fear, where you took on Bloody Mary. And the Sprung Tents held Dead Exposure, where Boris's photographer friend is attacked by
Zombies.
And then outside the house, you could deal with these
Zombies.
And the Hallow, which was a bunch of traditional Halloween stuff. And let's see, Bill and Ted as per usual, Rocky Horror Show, and some guy named Brian Brushwood has a magic show, and it's the last show to be held in the Animal Actors stage during the event. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have no idea who this guy is. And that was HHN 18. Technically speaking, the most in-depth event to date. Only by a little bit by today's standards, but still very, very expansive. I would say this is still probably the best year for original storytelling, but in recent years, there have been some pretty good ones that stepped up to the plate. Still, we'll get to those when we get to those. In the meantime, for the next video, please remember your tickets. Hope you laughed. Hope you learned something. I'm Zach, and this has been
A Brief History of HHN.